for the agenda, to set the agenda for the evening, because they want to hear it from you, and I will only play as a host. So Vineeth is from I Am Calcutta. That's what everyone knows as well. But few common characteristics I've always told in all my BBKP sessions where I've been a host is, there's a common thing which is found in all these students. First is they're grounded. Okay. Second, they understand not everything is going to be perfect, but they understand that they and only they have to solve these problems to get to a good B school. Fourth, actually, I'm a little contradicting myself here, but it's not done till it's done, right? Till you've stepped inside an IIM, there's always that 1% which is left. Will I be able to make it? Fifth, all these students, no matter what happened, continued with their preparation and said that this attempt which I'm taking towards CAT matters a lot for me. I need to keep disturbances out. They respected people around them, but they filtered the knowledge which was coming in to them to influence. Right. So over to Vineeth. Vineeth, I'll request you to start with a little introduction about yourself, what you've done. Also, I'll request you, a lot of these students look up to us. While I have experience of around 15, 16 years, you are the one whom they want to listen to because you are of their age. Okay. And you have a hands-on experience. Few months back, you landed up at an IIM. Please do also let us know how is an IIM different before we open the session for questions. And I'll request all the students here. I've always said it's a very personalized thing. We're trying to change lives here, make them better, right? And it's all about tweaking your schedule a little. You don't even know that tweaking it 5 or 6% here or there can actually make you perform even better. So over to Vineeth. Vineeth, let's start with your introduction and what's so special about I Am Calcutta. Though I'm loving that you're talking from the hostel room, and many, many people who are listening to you today look up to you, want to be in your chair next year and talk about what we're talking today. Over to you, Vineeth.
Yeah, first of all the best to all the students who are appearing for the CAT, and thank you, Deepak sir, for that intro that you have done. Yes, so myself, I am Vineeth. I am from Andhra Pradesh. I have 3 years of work experience, and I'm a graduate in computer science, and I have done my master's in political science also. So both of them rather contradicting, from one from engineering background and the other from arts background. So it's because I love political science and international relations that the topic. So that's why I pursued that. And after my during my work, I realized that I want to take the next step in the industry. So I pursued my CAT dream. So I will talk about how I prepared in the coming moments. So now here I am at I Am Calcutta, which I didn't expected that I will land at I Am Calcutta. So I was mentally prepared for the other IIMs, but the work that paid off, and I was on the moon when I Am Calcutta gave me a call, gave me an offer of admission. So now here I am enjoying the life here.
Vineeth, I'll also want you to touch upon what you were doing, your teaching experience. So you said that you did political science, you're a computer science engineer, political science post-graduation. Why did you do it? Let the students know. Okay.
Actually, one of my dreams was to be an IAS officer. So I pursued civil services for 4 years. So, and during that time, one of my subject was political science and international relations. And I was actually interested in the polity and the constitution and the international relations part, so current affairs part. So I pursued that as a degree also, so that I couldn't miss out on a master's degree. So and that's that. So mainly it's mainly because of my civil services mode that I pursued my master's degree. And coming to my experience in the education field, it's basically because I want to, after my civil services, I want to come to my roots. So in my hometown, I joined there in the education field. So I worked there for 3 years. So it was basically very refreshing coming back to the roots, interacting with the students there of 11th, 12th standard, guiding them, nurturing them towards their career. What to take, what are the next steps to be taken, and how to take it. What are the career options that they have? Because I have seen the failed students, I have seen the successful students there. So I basically nurture them towards a career option and manage there. So, and whenever I got the time, I used to teach polity civic subjects there in the school. So it was basically very good interacting with the young kids there.
Very nice, very nice. So how is it being at IIM Calcutta? What do you like the most? What do you don't? What do you hate the most? They really want to understand how is it different from other IIMs as well. So 2, 3 questions in one question, please. We like
Okay.
to hear it from you.
Compared to other IIMs, the campus here is so much beautiful. It's very greenery. I like I like being in nature. So compared to the new IIMs or the other IIMs, which are basically a concrete, here it's whichever side you look, it's basically a garden or a tree or a lake. It's very nature-like. Like you are in a far away jungle. So the campus is so much beautiful. That's one thing that I mostly love here. And the one thing that I hate here is in Calcutta is the climate, because every time you go out, you have to carry your umbrella. So you don't know when it rains, you don't know when it when the sun shines. So even for in the hostel life, you don't know when you have to dry your clothes, when the clothes will get wet, and whenever you go out, you have to carry your umbrella. So whenever I forgot it rains, and I used to stuck in the rain here and there, going late to the classes or to the mess. So it's basically that's the thing I hate most, the climate, and that's also the thing that I love here. The climate, the campus, whichever side you look, there are a lot of lakes, lot of trees, lot of environment here.
So I actually heard this about the London weather, that never step outside your house in London without an umbrella in hand. And I've experienced that as well, but I do not know that it's the same happens in Calcutta. All
Oh
I
yeah, it's the same happens here.
uh, right. Great. So what's your schedule at IIM Calcutta? Let's touch upon that, because many students are also, they want to have they want to know what happens in a B school as well. Yes.
Schedule is basically the same as we were in the college graduation. It's basically we have 7 to 8 subjects per term. I'm in my second term here. So the summer placements are going on for us from today. Internship placements are going on. So we are in my second term. So basically we have 7 to 8 subjects. It's 2 classes per week for every subject. So from morning 10 o'clock to evening 4 o'clock, you will have your academic schedule. And after that, you have to do the academic work, and you can follow your extracurricular work, because in every IIM there are clubs, because every IIM is basically a student driven colleges. So you have a lot of clubs like public policy, like entrepreneurship cell, like there are sports clubs there. So that's also other thing that I love about IIM Calcutta. It's not only academically oriented; it's also very socially and extracurricularly oriented also. Because the first term that we came here, we were after just 10 days, we were doing intersection wars, playing against each other. The first year students, all 480 students, almost all 480 students participated in every sport. There is almost 30 to 40 sports or cultural events going on, competitions going on. So every student participated. So that's what the thing I love. whenever, even though there are tight schedules there, people take out time to go to play their favorite sport here. So I used to play badminton every evening at 6 to 7 or 6 to 8 whenever I used to take my time out after my academic schedule, and I used to manage. I'm part of 4 to 5 clubs here, so especially public policy club. I was very active in that. I used to write articles for that club gazette, and that's what it is. Morning 10 to evening 4 academic classes. Later, you have to follow up with the academic classes. Either it is a pre-read or it's a post-read of the classes, and your extracurricular work and your sports activities, and you can hit the gym if you like. That's it.
No, and with my experience, though I'm an entrepreneur now, with my experience, I've taught as well. I've always been associated with Hitbullseye for the last 15, 16 years. Rather more than that, I've not even counted. But Vineeth, I'll encourage you here that post MBA life is all about managing things together, and sports ends up teaching us a lot.
Yes.
Yes, so it's about team management. It's about how do you take your team member along with you. How do you how do you interact with people behaving in different fashions? So you get a hands-on experience with sports, and instead of whiling away time, one should, and it releases negative energy as well. So I will encourage you, because the kind of pressures which are there in the corporate world, it's tremendous, and these things help you a lot. Time management
Yeah,
comes through
yes.
this. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to point out the example here because in my first term end term exams, one of my exam was really bad. I didn't expected that to be bad. So I had to take out that frustration. So immediately after the exam, I hit the badminton court and I was like releasing all kind of smashes and everything. So it was really good, refreshing. I came, I refreshed it, I took a bath and started again for the next day exam. So, and
Like,
people ask me generally here that how you take out time to go to play badminton every day. I said that it's your priorities because
yes.
I like to take the time out. Although I might miss reading for 1 hour, but you have to manage your own all the other things. I want to take the time out to get all the frustration out of negative energy out of my mind so that I can concentrate on that.
And you if you've taken out the energy, you sleep better. You get a deep sleep. You
Yes.
get a deep sleep. The next day is
Yes.
anyways fresh.
Yes.
Yes. So we need hopping on to what the students, because it's a pressure environment. You understand, cat is
Yes.
around the corner. So how did you prepare? What are your tips here? Yes.
Actually,
Did everything go fine? Is also a question. I really want you to answer, because what happens is बच्चे बच्चे होते हैं, तो वो ये सोचते हैं कि मेरे साथ इतनी छोटी सी गलती हो गई तो मैं सब कुछ खराब हो गया, तो ऐसा नहीं होता. Why don't you share your experience of preparing for
oh,
the paper, and then I'll take it further. Yeah.
no, everything didn't went well with me because my preparation is also not that long. Because as I was saying earlier, that I used to prepare for civil services. Before giving CAT also, I gave one last attempt of thinking that maybe this time I will make it. So I didn't there that time. So I thought MBA is always in my mind. So I want to give the CAT badly. So before year, one of my friend gave the CAT, and with 91 percentile, he was in IIM Ahmedabad. I feel very motivated from that. Oh, he got 90 percentile and he's I am Ahmedabad. Okay, if I try a little bit, if I try a little bit more, maybe I will also get 90 percentile and I would also be in at least one of ABC. So with that motivation from my friend, I started preparing for CAT, and I prepared for 2 months rigorously. And although I'm an engineer, I was little bit lagging in quantitative ability. I'm not that much of great. So what I did was I started from the basics. I took 9th, 10th, and 11th NCRT books, and I started from the basics. I maintain my foundation strong, so that I don't lose out on small formulas. And verbal ability also, I used to read a lot of online magazines, newspapers, so I can read between the lines. That's what you can develop by reading newspapers every day. You can read between the lines. And logical data interpretation, DILR, it's also it is for me, it is based on a lot of practice. So quant, I started with the basics, DILR with the practice, and verbal VARC with reading of newspapers. That's what I started my CAT preparation with. And for 1.5 months, it almost took me 1 month for my basics in the quant to get it right. In the meanwhile, I'm practicing DILR and reading comprehension. I started reading some books, mainly because I am not a book reader earlier, but for the purposes of verbal reading, so I started reading books, so that my speed of reading increases. So I'm trying to increase my speed of reading so that I won't lose the time in the exam. What I basically planned during the exam was, what I advise everyone is to make a plan, to make a realistic target, that what percentile you want. Like if you set a realistic target for IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore or Calcutta, even for if you have a reservation, look what is the minimum percentile from the for the last 2-3 years, and set a realistic target, and prepare in that way that you won't lose out the marks. That's what I did. I set myself realistic target. I want to attempt these many questions, and I have to get these questions right. I didn't plan to get 100 percentile. I just want to get that minimum percentile necessary, so that I can give myself an edge in the interview, because I know I am confident in myself that if I can get an interview call, I can turn myself around. So that's what I did. I prepared for 2 months, because if you want to get 100 percentile, 2 months of preparation is not sufficient personally for me. So I made a realistic target in that 2 month preparation, and I'm confident in myself in turning the interview. So now that's what I did during the CAT exam. In the CAT exam, while giving quant, I was basically flustered in the exam. My data interpretation and verbal ability went really well, but my quant didn't went really well. After giving exam, I was even skeptical myself whether I would get that minimum percentile sectional cutoff or not. But after I checked the questions, I was getting that minimum percentile, and thank God that 2 or 3 questions that which I thought would be wrong, they were also right. So the percentile was boosted there.
So what, yes. So if I can summarize, is what you're talking about is it needs to be a very target-oriented approach, a realistic target-oriented approach.
Yes, that's what I suggest.
Exactly. If so, if while someone is taking mock CATs, having a fair idea about a particular percentile, then you cannot expect sudden changes, but you need to understand, and you'll automatically get to know in the paper, if you've taken sufficient number of mock CATs, you automatically get to know in the paper what actual percentile or actual score or what accuracy you're going to land at.
Yes.
Right? Because this is what others have also been talking, and correct me here, that wo pata hota hai, this paper is going okay for me, this paper is not going okay for me. Yes, well, that feeling is what you get in the paper. And after, obviously, it happens after taking a lot of mock CATs. And once you get that feeling, so you know it, that hang on, this time around it's happening. But as you said, that quant ka lag raha tha, but that you got lucky there. Ki wo theek nikle.
Yes, I got little bit lucky there, that 1 or 2 questions which I thought I marked the answer wrong. I remembered it differently.
Okay.
But it was right. So I don't know whether it's luck or I remembered wrong in the tension on that day. but still it was pretty low compared to what I was thinking, what
Okay.
I'm hoping to get, what my target was. It was low compared to that. So that's what went wrong there. So that's how my CAT exam went. So interview is entirely different story.
Sorry.
Interview is entirely different story. This is until only CAT exam.
Yeah. So please let's discuss about that as well. So
Okay,
how was
as
the
I mentioned,
experience? Yeah. How was the experience? When was the interview? How was the experience? Yes.
as I mentioned earlier, after the CAT exam, I was thinking, as I said, target-oriented approach. So my target was to get interview call from every B school, from every IIM there.
Hmm.
So I got that interview call. Now, earlier I mentioned that I'm confident in myself that turning the interview in my favor.
Hmm.
My first interview call was from the IIMs was from Calcutta. So it
Okay.
was so bad that I really was, in a mud there. After the interview, I was like cursing myself that what happened to you? Why am I like that? I was like literally not in a good shape after the interview. So the interview was really bad. I even have the excerpts of the interview with me. There are two panelists from IIM Calcutta. The two professors. One of the professor he teach me in the last term also. So they were grilling me on, the cryptocurrency. So I usually said the basics right. When we say basics right, they have asked me a little bit specialized knowledge. Since I am from the computer science background, they were expecting to me to know that. So going into that, and they were linking that with Russia-Ukraine war, because at that time Russia-Ukraine war was at the peaks.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
after that, they were all over the place. I'm getting flustered, but I managed to keep my calm there. But it was not a pretty bad interview, but not what I was expecting, because I'm pretty confident of myself that I will turn the interview around. That's what, because my IIM indoor interview was really good. I am pretty confident that I will convert in the first list itself. So that's what I did. I am Calcutta. I was not sure whether I would be in the waiting list also after my bad interview, but I was in the waiting list.
Hmm.
I converted in the third or fourth waiting list, I think.
Very
So
nice. Very nice. Very nice. But you were destined to make it then. First
yes,
interview. So and then it did not go as per your expectation, and that's what actually good or bad is how we define it. If it goes as per our expectations, what we expect, what we've practiced for, if that happens. So did they ask you about general knowledge as well, or did they that delves deep in on Russia Ukraine war, because that had just started in February.
yes. So what I advise to the students is, they when the interview start, they usually ask you a brief introduction about yourself. So that's where you have to be careful what you say and what not to say. If you are not confident in some things, just don't mention it. Just mention in the introduction about yourself that you are confident of. So in my introduction, I mentioned that I prepared for civil services, because I'm confident that whichever way they ask the questions, based on that, I can answer that. And I'm a very football enthusiast. So I mentioned that there. So the first thing they ask is cryptocurrency, because at that time it was in the news, because RBI governor at the time made a very good remark, which I was not aware of. Although I'm reading paper, somehow I overlooked that. So that was a negative point there, because they expected me to know that. What was the remark by RBI governor there? So I missed that, and linking that with Russia-Ukraine war, and linking Russia-Ukraine war with the oil there, with how the oil fuel prices were fluctuating, because at the time, because of Russia-Ukraine war, the fuel prices were also fluctuating very much. So they were also linking Russia-Ukraine war with the fuel prices. And after that, they started asking about football. At that time, the African Cup of Nations. the African Cup, like just like European Cup for football, African Cup has just ended there. So they asked me on that, who won the African Cup of Nations, who is the player, which football club does he play for, who is the best player, all these kinds of questions. So what my advice is that mention those things in the introduction that you are confident of, that you can steer the interview. Because if you mention the things that you are confident of, basically you can steer the interview. And when, even if there is a rebound question, you should be able to answer that, because the topic that you mentioned in your introduction has been familiar to you. That's what I'm planning. I planned during my before every interview that uh, what should I mention in the introduction, so that the interview goes according to what I know, rather than what I don't know, rather than unexpected. I want to steer the interview per my knowledge. So that's what I based whole my introduction on, with the help of my friend. We sat there and we basically done my intro very much, that I can steer my own interview.
I second that. It's like if the student is looking for a good college or a B school, the B school is also looking for a good student. It's not they get questions out of the blue. They're trying to understand what you've done in life, and which you tell by giving out key points in your introduction and during the interview. And that's where you ask questions. So whatever you speak in the interview, this is for all the students out there, that whatever you speak in the interview, you cannot bluff around. Okay, you're the biggest fool if you've been bluffing around ki main ye bol dunga. You cannot ever do that. You have to put your best foot forward and research before you speak anything. That groundwork, that research has to be done. Am I right, Vineeth?
Yes, yes. If an interviewer asks a question that you don't know, you have to be honest, because they are senior professors in the university. They know when you are globing, when you are bluffing. So you cannot fool them. You just have to be honest. That what they even give you marks for that also. If you are honest and said that, sorry sir, I don't know, they will be very honest about that, and they will go forward with the next question. If you bluff it, they will call that bluff. Trust me, they will call that bluff, and they will
Vineeth,
ask the questions on that.
yeah, Vineeth, I'll add here that it's easier to make a person who does not know something learn than a person who tries to pretend that he knows everything. Am I
Yes,
right?
yes, yes,
Yes.
very much.
And the problem is that most of the students feel they know everything. So no one can teach them. If you know everything, you cannot be taught. My hands are folded. So that's my experience over the last few years, that you have to, if you don't know something, it cannot be you don't know anything, then you've not done anything in life. But one has not done anything in life. But if you don't know something out of those 10 questions, 15 questions which they're putting across to you, you have to be very clear. So coming back, anything which you like to add on interview? Otherwise, I'm getting you back on the preparation, because a month left for CAT. Students will be seeing this video. Can I take you back there?
Yeah, sure, sure. If student has any question regarding that, later I can answer that. But for now, from
Yeah.
my
So
side,
questions I'll keep, please, on that. Please keep asking your questions in the chat box on the YouTube channel. I'll love to answer all those questions. I'll put it across to Vineeth, and we'll hear it out from Vineeth. What did he do in those situations or topics or sections? Vineeth, getting back to the preparation, what was your strategy 1 month before the paper?
my strategy was to give the previous year's questions. As I said earlier, I was doing those foundation for my quant, and doing the practice questions for DIL. I purchased, I got resources from Hitbullseye the previous years, and I was before 1 month of the CAT, I started giving those previous years questions. Uh, Starting from 2000s to until now, I started giving every year paper, because those are the realistic questions for me. I didn't give any mock test. But I won't advise students to do that, to give the mock test and to know where you are at in your preparation. Those who are doing the long term preparation, give mocks as much as possible, give mocks as many as possible, and know where you are at so that you can make modifications. But in my case, it's very short term preparation, so I won't advise students to not to give mocks. But in my case, it was a little bit different. So I was doing previous year's questions section wise. So in the quant also, like for every topic, I was doing questions. I set a realistic target, like which topics to prepare and which topics to avoid, where my strength lies in the quant and where my weakness lies in the quant. I segregated those, and in my strength also, which are easy, which are hard, I segregated there that also. And in my weak topics, is there any topic that I can manage to do at least one question, because one question matters in the exam. So I look into those topics. I segregated the topics in such a way that strength, my plus topics and my minus topics. So I concentrated more on my plus topics, and I started practicing the previous questions from those topics only, because I don't want to lose out. Even if there is a hard question from my strengths, I don't want to lose out on that mark. So I I started doing those questions, and the same with DILR and verbal ability also. That as I said, I'm not a vivid book reader, so I started reading the newspapers. I started reading books to increase the understanding of what I am reading. That's what you VARC depends mostly on how much speed you read, and in that speed you have to understand the paragraph that was given there, so that you can answer all the questions without reading the paragraph again. You have to know where the particular answer to that question is. So, based on that only you can achieve the speed and accuracy in the VARC. And logical practice more logical question. You can get logical questions right with more practice. I can mention one example also. One of my batchmate here, a close friend, he was mentioning his strategy to me last week or 2 weeks back. His strategy in DILR is that only he done the logical. There are 12 to 13 logical questions. He has done only those logical questions which he was confident in. And out of 12 to 12, every question he got right, and he got 99 percentile in that section. So logical, that is where you can improve your percentile. Personally for me, I think that in the logical section only you can improve your percentile. Aim for accuracy in that section. That's what I want to do also. That's what, while I'm planning for my CAT exam, that's what I did also. Key aim for accuracy there. And quant, I focused mainly on the basics and my strength topics, which topic I know, which topic I don't know, and prepare the previous questions there.
I also agree with you. Just blindly doing difficult questions without having fundamentals right.
Yes.
Blindly following, trying to do questions quickly without having fundamentals right is only meant for a terrible accident.
Yeah.
Nothing else. And I rather like to just add here and make it more general, that whichever section turns out to be very, very difficult, that is the section where accuracy is going to matter the most.
Yes, that's where you can score good percentile also.
Exactly. Just by being cautious that I don't get it wrong. I don't get questions wrong, because here a couple of questions here or there is going to change the world. Right. So
My
this
suggestion,
this could be for verbal or for quant as well. Whatever turns out to be the most difficult. Yeah. Please.
yeah, my
You were saying
suggestion
something.
is that keep the urge of keep the resistance of attempting every question, because that's from my own experience. So don't make a habit of attempting every question. Attempt the question which you are at least 70 to 80% sure that you know that, because that's where you can increase your percentile from that approach. So if you want to make more percentile and more accuracy, resist the urge of attempting every question, even if it is 4 to 5 questions only which you are able to answer. That even that 4 to 5 questions are right, it will increase your percentile more. So that's what I'm trying to say. Make realistic targets. See in the mock test that how much questions you are attempting and how much accuracy you are getting and how much percentile you are getting there. Based on that, strategize your CAT exam based on that.
Okay, so Vineeth, tell us that, this was on the strategy part. So 3 questions I'm actually going to ask you here. You relied on Hitbullseye online material. So
Yes.
is that sufficient? Second, students also want to know that should they do join multiple test series? Kaise karna chahiye? Should I take few? Third is that should I refer to different materials? How should I, so on the basics on doing the material, what's your take having been through all this?
Regarding the test series, I won't suggest going for multiple tests
Okay.
because take a single source only from one test series. Check your result. I mean, base your strategy based on one test series only, because that's where consistency comes from. So don't go for multiple test series or multiple tests where one test you give from one source and other test you give from other source. Don't go for that. Go for only one test series, because the questions which for example Hitbullseye, if you take a mock test series from Hitbullseye, they prepare the test series whole in a way that when you complete all the test series only, then only you can see at what kind of level you are at. If you give one test here and one test there, you cannot base your strategy on that. And on the sources, online sources, resources, um, my suggestion is that take primary resource from one only. 80 to 90% of your study should be from that primary resource only. If you can segregate, if you want at a particular topic, only topic, I'm not talking about the whole quant or DILR, the whole section, only a particular topic. If you are unsure, if you didn't understand, or if you think that it was not sufficient, then only go for the secondary source. Other than that, don't go for tertiary or fourth source, fifth source, multiple sources. Pick a
I
single
agree to it.
primary source.
Yeah.
Pick a single primary source. Base your 80 to 90% preparation on that only. If it is the 100% preparation from single source, then it's good enough. If you think that any particular topic needs, you think that more is needed, then you go for secondary source. Other than that, don't go for tertiary source or fourth source like that.
No, I second that as well. With my experience, it's like students who've done 50%. So, I'm talking of probability here. If you've done 50% of one particular study material, 50% of the other study material, you've actually done 25%, 0.5 anyways. But those examples can be multiple. But you have to cover one particular source. Yes, you can go out. However, we provide at Hitbullseye, we provide a lot of study material online, but wander out. The students do wander out. You are allowed, you should go and wander out. But पहले एक चीज तो करो, राइट? सब थालियों में से थोड़ा थोड़ा खा लोगे तो आपको कैसे पता कि सारे विटामिन और न्यूट्रिशन आपके पास आया है? राइट? एक थाली पे सब सारे विटामिन, सारा न्यूट्रिशन, सारा कार्बोहाइड्रेट दिया हुआ है. प्लीज उसमें सब कुछ ले लो. उसके बाद आपको चाहिए कि मुझे बॉडी अच्छी बनानी है, प्रोटीन मुझे और चाहिए, कर लो. ठीक है? So that risk is all yours. So okay, so that's your take. So now I get on to section wise. Let's say a particular student is not good in quant. What should he or she do?
Same. That's what I did also. I am not particularly good in quant. So what I did was I went for foundations. I started with many people don't believe it. I started from 8th class NCERT math. I started from there. I started doing the topics which I'm good at from 8th class NCERT, and then 9th, and then 10th, and then 11th. I started doing that. That's what my advice is also. Uh, you know, uh, Make your foundation strong. If you are not good at quant, just go for as low as possible. Even if you didn't understand 8th, that doesn't matter. Go for 7th. You know, make that foundation strong. If you have Hitbullseye resources, uh, if you think that you don't understand that, don't go for any other resources. Just start with NCERT book, take a 7th class, 6th class book, learn foundation there, then do the problems that you get from the Hitbullseye resources.
What about LRDI?
LRDI, my strategy was do practice questions more. And if you don't know a particular answer to that question, just analyze the answer that was given in the resources, how it is based on, look for the explanation. Yeah, after every mock test, you have to spend time on the answers. See, yeah, that's what I want to tell to the students also. After you give a mock test, spend sufficient time on the answer explanation part. Just don't think that, okay, I have given mock, I have seen my result, now I will strategize. Mock doesn't work that way. Mock only works if you look into the explanation part, because many of the questions, many of the doubts can be clarified from that explanation part. So that's also from my experience, not exactly from CAT, but from my experience, I learned is that after giving any kind of mock test, give sufficient, even more amount of time than you spend on giving the test. If you give test for 1 hour, spend 2 hours on that explanation part, the answer sheet, so that you can analyze what you did wrong, what is the correct answer. If you didn't uh, understand what the how the answer is given, you can analyze the question there.
Right, right. I would I would agree here and second this as well that though what comes out in your personality is that you are humble enough to accept that मुझे ये आता है और मुझे ये नहीं आता है और मुझे जो नहीं आता है वो मुझे करना है. There's no emotions or anything. ये मुझे अब नहीं आता है तो मुझे करना है. अगर मुझे करना है तो मैं अपने आप अच्छा हो जाऊंगा इसके ऊपर. और बिना फाउंडेशन और फंडामेंटल्स के करूंगा तो it is going to be even more difficult. Am I right? Sorry if I'm speaking in Hindi and I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I can understand Hindi. I've been in Delhi for 4 years, so I can understand and speak Hindi. Not as much fluently, but I can manage. So yes, bina foundation ke you can't go forward. You have to be strong on your foundations.
What about verbal ability and reading comprehension? What do you suggest?
Just that make your reading speed. Try to read. If you are not reading into books, read newspapers, because even after giving CAT, even for the interviews also, you need to read newspapers. So if you are not reading into books, spend time at least 30 to 40 minutes every day on reading the newspapers. Try to read the content in the newspapers. Pick a section, economy section, or even if you don't like economy section, go for a sports section. It doesn't matter what section, what topic you pick in the newspaper. Just try to read. And if you in the initial days, if you are taking time to read the particular topic in 4 to 5 minutes, try to read it in 3 to 4 minutes and understand what the content is saying. So my advice is, if you are into reading newspapers and if you want to develop that habit, start reading the editorials, even if it's Hindu or Indian Express. Start reading the editorials. You can get a lot of information and knowledge from that editorial section. It doesn't matter if you don't have the previous experience or knowledge on that topic. Just start reading the editorial section. If you don't understand or if you don't know the background of a particular content, just look it in the Google.
So, I completely agree. It's not only till MBA, it's also post MBA, how you need to know your environment before you take any decision. Otherwise, and you need to have that, many years of understanding the environment. Only then will you be able to make a particular decision. Books आगे पीछे रह जाएंगी, but newspapers will keep you updated with the complete stuff.
Yes, if you are into reading books, then it's more than good enough that you are into reading books. Just try to read more speed and try to read between the lines. Then you can easily, not easily, you can crack the verbal ability section in the CAT.
So another question comes from Ajinkya. I'll ask both his questions together. So he says, any tips for para jumbles and odd one out, which you followed, which you want to help us with?
Para jumbles and odd one out. I haven't followed any particular resource, just Hitbullseye resources only. I practiced questions there. I look into many number of questions, patterns that they are giving, and I practiced the questions there. I didn't have any particular strategy for DILR. My only strategy was to do the practice questions, the previous questions, so that I can gain my knowledge. As I mentioned earlier, my preparation was short term. So in short-term preparation, you cannot expect to strategize for a whole year. You have to be realistic there. And in the realistic target for me was to do as many previous questions, as many practice questions as possible, and to cover as many DILR questions as possible, logical questions, as you said, para jumbles and odd one out. So just do as many models as possible there. You will be fine.
Ajinkya also wants to ask you, out of his curiosity, that is the environment stressful at I Am Calcutta?
No, I cannot speak for other IIMs. I don't want to speak. It's not that I don't want to speak for other IIMs. I don't want to discourage students. In I Am Calcutta, though, no, you are not, there is no stressful environment. Because in I Am Calcutta, as much as academics is given, you can have time for extracurriculars and sports. That's what make I Am Calcutta. Earlier, sir, you were asking, what is it different about I Am Calcutta from the other IIMs? That's what the difference in I Am Calcutta is. There was enough priorities given for everything, not only academics. It was academically rigorous, but at the same time, you can spend time playing your favorite sport or doing your extracurricular favorite, because there is a debating society here. There is a TEDx talks. After our 2 weeks back only, after our mid exams, there is a DJ party going on in the campus.
There was which party going on in the campus? Sorry?
DJ party.
Very nice. Very nice.
Open DJ party is going on. So it's not rigorous. There are parties, there will be parties going on at the night, Friday night, and you can play your favorite sports. You can pursue your interest or hobby by joining any particular club here. Or if you don't feel that there is no club of your interest and you have an idea, you can even pursue that also. With the student management, you can make a proposal, you can work on that also. So it's not academically rigorous here, not that much compared to the other IIMs which I heard of. But no, my feeling is here, my experience is that you don't have that stressful environment at I Am Calcutta.
And I like to add here that start enjoying whatever Jinkya not only Jinkya for that, but start enjoying whatever you are doing instead of thinking ki ye mujhe kyun karna hai. And the moment you start enjoying whatever you are doing, nothing is stressful. Nothing is stressful. That's how it is. So we start compiling, Vineeth, last couple of minutes on do's and don'ts. What should not be done at all? What do you think should not be done? We've not covered that, yes. So we've talked about what should be done. What do you think should not be done? On the preparation, on the interview, on the last month strategy, what do you think?
In the interview section, just don't bluff. Okay, be honest about yourself. Only mention those things that you are confident of in the introduction. Steer the interview as per your personality, as per your knowledge. Okay, and if the interviewer asks out of your expertise or knowledge, be honest about that, and they appreciate that honesty. That's my main and biggest suggestion, do's and don'ts for the interview section. Coming to the exam section, on the exam day, don't think about anything else. Take 2 to 3 minutes of relaxation time, compose yourself. Don't think that I'm wasting myself by not doing anything. Just relax yourself, because on that day it will hit you. It might not hit you now, it might not hit you, so for some people it might not hit before the exam day also, but on the exam day it will hit you. Okay,
Very
just
true.
compose yourself, be as much in a relaxed mood as possible. Okay, my suggestion is before exam night, don't do the any kind of prep. Just get as much sleep as possible and be in a relaxed mood. After this much of preparation, be confident that you will crack it. Be confident, be in a relaxed mood. And in the last 1 month of preparation, make the strategy based on your strengths only. Don't go into the topics where you are weak, especially in the quant. Okay, don't try to cover the topics that you haven't covered until now. Try to maximize your strength topics there, whichever topics it is. Either it's a geometric topic, either it is algebraic topic, anything, it doesn't matter. Just focus on that topic and strategize in a way that you maintain the accuracy in the exam.
Okay, so I'll summarize now. So one thing remains very common across all the students who've come here on this platform and spoken about cracking the examination, is that they all have a stable head. They all knew their strengths and weaknesses. They knew what can be achieved in a particular time frame, and they maintained their calmness all throughout. The moment you get the calmness out, you are full of anxiety, and anxiety will not help you. Just imagine even a player like Virat Kohli, where if he is anxious, will be of 50% his actual ability, or maybe even lesser. So that's very important. And the moment you understand this situation, you will, and you strategize yourself around it, is what is going to get you through the paper. No one had 100% perfect preparation, though we keep strive to achieve 100% perfect preparation. Everyone got their fundamentals right, did a particular material properly, and if they were lacking somewhere, they went back and they improved on it. So that's very important. We wish Vineeth all the very best for his future endeavors, for his stay at I Am Calcutta, for giving us a glimpse of his room. Though we understand that he hardly would get time to clean up his room, so giving us a glimpse of his room. I'm sure the students listening to us feel motivated and would love to join us next year at the same time, sitting in Vineeth's chair and talking about how to get through I Am Calcutta, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, IIFT, XLRI, whatever. Right? We love that you got into a school of good repute. That's always an encouragement for everyone. Vineeth, thank you so very much for joining us, taking out this busy time from your schedule for a noble cause. I'm sure the students want to wish you all the very best for your future.
Yes, thank you, Deepak sir. Thank you for hosting me. And yes, it's not much of effort to take time to guide the students. I wish the students all the best, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here at I Am Calcutta or any other IIM. It doesn't matter. You have to get into A, B, C, or L. SIBM is there, XLRI is there, SP Jain is there. So there are many good institutes, but I look forward to seeing you here at IIM Calcutta.
Right. So for students, any queries which remain pending, please reach out to our administrative staff. We are more than ready to help you out. Wishing you all the best. Thank you, Vineeth. Thank you, everyone.